I think we're live. Yep, we're live. We are live on Underground Wicked Radio with who, Raz?
This is Rez.
Mattrix.
We got Mattrix up in here, and we also got Hat up in here.
What's up, everyone?
New co-host joining us tonight. So, Raz, homie, go ahead and take the first question. And I do want to welcome Mattrix back because it has been coming up on 4 years since I've interviewed him. It's been a long time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Mattrix, homie.
It's been a minute.
Hey, Mattrix, homie.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
What's your favorite song out of your own discography?
My discography? Really, I don't have one, to be honest with you. I, between releasing singles throughout my career and massive amounts of collaborations, that's really been it. That's why Snickers kind of said in the little pre-talk that this album for me is a big deal because I do have a fan base and I've been active with shows and all types of things, ciphers. For the past 15 years, I've been consistently active the whole time. So it's kind of weird that I don't have a discography, but now this album that I just completed that's going to be out in a couple weeks here is like a big deal.
Hell yeah.
I got to ask, man, and I've asked this 4 years ago, but I cannot remember. How the hell did you come up with this rap name?
It's funny you say that because I'm a bigger dude now. Like, I got a gut. But when I was young, I was off the walls, I was always diagnosed with ADHD and the class clown and all that. So we used to chill in my garage. It was literally like always 30 people beatboxing, slapboxing, rapping, ciphering, freestyling, fighting each other, drinking, smoking, whatever. It was like a block party every day. And I used to bounce off the walls in the garage and, do these little kicks off the walls and like the Matrix, you feel me? So I think it was my sister's ex-boyfriend years ago. He was like, they started calling me Matrix for like a day. And I said, yo, if y'all going to call me that, then just call me Mattrix. And it stuck, son. And then everybody called me Tricks. And I didn't like Tricks at first, but it stuck, man. And now everybody from my bosses at work to friends' parents to fans to family, everybody calls me Tricks, Mattrix, you know what I'm saying? Either or. So it kind of just stuck.
Hell yeah. So, homie man, why don't you tell us a little bit about this album and why you have not dropped one for 15 years?
Whew, two wonderful questions, man. First off, let me tell you why I haven't dropped an album. There's really 1,000 reasons. I could be corny and say it was the universe or fate not letting it happen because, I got friends, tons of musicians around me, and they're all amazing musicians, but they got tons of albums out, maybe 5-10 albums out. But honestly, let's be real here. Some of that shit's whack. You know what I'm saying? Because we started young. You know what I'm saying? I'm only 31, so 15 years ago. No, it was more like 17 years ago when I started. It's been over 15 years. I was like 14 around there. My shit was kind of whack, even though I had fans and supporters and things like that, and the bars were there. It took a long process of growth to get nasty on the mic. You know what I'm saying? I was born skilled vocabulary with my vocabulary, but as far as flow and cadence and everything like that, it took me a while to really get good. So, and then around 2004, I was a couple years into it, and you know what I'm saying? I just got access to a studio, but it was all the way in Connecticut. Back then, it was just the beginning of home studios. It still costed you like $3, $4, $5 grand to build a home studio back then. You know what I'm saying? Now you could build one for $900. You know what I'm saying? But not many people had access to studios, so it was really a pain in the butt to even think about completing a project. And then I was affiliated with Fury from Lethal Records. You know what I'm saying? Out in Connecticut.
I remember that.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not sending shots out to anyone or anything, but I feel like being affiliated with certain people kind of caused my album to never happen too. In one way, they were motivating me, but in other ways, they wanted me to do everything through them rather than kind of stand on my own 2 feet per se. And but that's not an excuse because, and I know I'm rambling a little bit, but this is just how I am.
Oh, you're good on
it. So, good. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. But so 7 years ago, I built my own studio, and I still don't have an album. why don't I have an album? I've had a studio for 7 years, right? That's a great question. I don't think I was ready, man. And a few times, you know, I got the out. I even paid people to do album artwork. I had track lists. I had the songs done. I think it was an issue of production too, beats. You know what I'm saying? And then I didn't really have anyone to make beats for me, feed me beats. And back then I had zero financial backing, so beats were a problem. So then I started making my own beats. So there's another great question: why still didn't you make an album? Well, I kind of did. A few years ago, maybe 5 years ago, I made a whole bunch of beats, you know, but I just started making them. I got pretty good at it. I made a whole bunch of beats, and then I wrote songs to them, but I still never released the album. Well, I'm happy I didn't, because now if I listen back to that stuff, even though the ideas were great, you know what I'm saying, they were just not good enough. So what I think happened was it was a mix between no financial backing, you know what I'm saying, my whole mentality. I'm a procrastinator. That has a huge thing to do with it. But now when I'm like looking in hindsight, it was actually a good thing, because I wasn't ready. You know, if I was ready, it would have happened straight like that. That's the short answer.
What do you got,
I know you said, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you got? I'm trying to share in some groups, get some people up on here.
So what's your most prized possession in your studio?
Oh, that's a great question. You want my hard drive, because my hard drive has, even though I never released that stuff, I have probably 250 beats that I've made. I have all my studio sessions. I have all my lyrics. I have the culmination of all my creative process on one hard drive. As far as equipment goes, my microphone. It's an Audio Technica 4033, and it came in a wooden box. You know, it's a dope microphone. These things used to be $1,000 now, or $2,000. Now you can get them for like $500. I think when I bought mine, it was somewhere in the $400 or $500 range.
Hell yeah.
But you can find these same exact microphones in I watched a D12 recording session once with Eminem in it, and they were using these in their studio. And
I've actually interviewed Bizarre.
Yeah. Bizarre is a great underground artist. I love him, even though, you know, people have bad things to say about him. I think he's hilarious. But yeah, man. So you could find these same exact microphone that I use in top-notch studios or in somebody's basement. It's just that good of a versatile microphone.
Right.
He actually signed to Magic Ninja Entertainment. Bizarre did. He Twisted.
Yeah, with Last American Rock Stars. Yeah, I saw that.
So, homie, man, I'm gonna take this question before Raz does, because he likes to fuck it up. This is a question a producer actually used to ask people when he was interviewing them, because he used to interview, I think it was for like a bank or something. And he would ask them, what is 10 things you can do with a pencil?
10 things?
Yep. See how creative you can get.
Did you say 10 things?
10 things you can do with a pencil.
This is interesting. Okay. Well, we'll start with the easy one. You can write with it. I would say you can create with it, because it doesn't have to be words. It can be drawing, sketching. So that's 2. You can erase. You can erase with it. That's 3. You could use it if you have an itch. You use it as a back scratcher.
Or
I do that shit all the time. Son. You know what I'm saying? You could use it to flick something. Like hold it and let the momentum from it, bing, flick something with it.
5.
All right. If you could even use it, you could use it when you're making beats. You could tap it. Here, I got one right here.
6.
You could tap it. All right. So you could use that as a hi-hat or something. Let's see here. You could use it as a fucking spear if you're hunting pigeons.
7.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're a dirty motherfucker, you could pick your nose with it. It's a nose picker.
8.
That big ass nose though. Oh.
2 more.
You know how some watches need a reset? They have a tiny little hole to reset it.
There's
you can
9.
use it to reset your watch.
1 more.
And I think last but not least, if you're depressed and the tip is sharp enough, you could cut yourself with that shit.
All right, there's 10, man. You're hired. This guy would actually ask people this shit, and if they couldn't name 10 things, they didn't get hired. If they were creative.
Well, I'm glad I got the job.
Whoop whoop to Tina Adams. Thanks you for joining us. Yeah, that's I try to do a different background for every video. I don't know where you've been the last couple. You should go back and look at some of the other backgrounds I did.
Sure.
One of them I was sitting in the
Snickers Ninja wants up on here.
Yeah, I've invited him a couple times. All right, Raz, take a question. I'm going to share some more.
We'll let Hat break in on one. This is virgin question, so be easy.
There you go.
So, how long did it take you to get it compatible enough to share your music with people?
How long did it take me to get confident enough?
To get confident enough?
Actually, right away. And I think that, so I was around 14. No, let me rephrase it. So when we started freestyling in 1999, me and two of my friends in the garage, just joking around, and then I actually turned out to be pretty good. So they encouraged me. Two of my friends encouraged me. So I would say maybe after like 6 months of just doing it for fun, I started rapping in front of other people, and then within a year or two after that, even though I wasn't that great, I was recording shit on my fucking mom's computer and putting it out there on MySpace, and even before MySpace, man. I'm talking about AOL Instant Messenger, AIM, son. What you know about that AIM life?
Right. Fucking constant dial-up bullshit.
You know what I'm saying? 56K. I had the fucking away message and shit, son. I was fucking on point with my away messages, son.
Shit, you straight balling on that shit. That was the baller package. You had to pay extra for that.
All right, man. You've been doing this music scene for a while, so you might have a good answer to this question. What is your take on social media helping out artists?
Oh, man. It is the single most helpful thing, in my opinion, if you use it right, to help artists. I've always used it fairly well, but I'm just now starting to use it right. And it's funny that right around this time, social media sites are fighting back against independent artists, and they're fighting it back against small business by using these algorithms to really limit how much people you can reach, even on your own fucking page. Yep. You know what I'm saying? The algorithms are even affect your personal accounts, right? So the algorithm will detect words that I use, because I sell Mattrix t-shirts and stickers and whatever else, right? If I use the word t-shirt for sale in a status, it'll only reach fucking 5 people. You know what I'm saying? But if I post about fucking cheeseburgers, it'll reach 150 people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they have keywords and things like that. They know when you're selling on a post, and and the algorithm limits its reach. Just like if you ask for something on Facebook, it'll pop up and say recommendations. Like, you didn't ask for a recommendation, right? But the algorithm detected that you were looking for something, right? So it automatically says you're asking for recommendations. It's that same type of thing. Like, they know when you're trying to sell something or advertise something. And I've utilized Facebook ads, which you pay for, which are helpful, but
man, I tried that shit out to promote my radio. It didn't do crap. I got maybe 25 likes after $25. I was like, fuck that shit.
Yeah, one time I spent $9 and I got maybe like 80 likes on a post that were new. Now, I'm gonna put my strategy out there. Maybe, you know, I'm not one to keep things to myself. My strategy is I'm trying to get big in other countries first. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna do my thing here too. But my thing is like Mexico, Costa Rica, the Philippines, fucking China, son, India, son. Like, Matt, you know what I'm saying? I target my ads to other countries, and you might ask why, but like, look at artists like R.A. the Rugged Man. You know what I'm saying? He can go to fucking Scandinavia or fucking Ireland and sell out a show. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think a lot of it is, for me anyway, is targeting to other countries because they like the American culture. You know what I'm saying? Even though our government wants us to believe everyone hates us, but you know what I'm saying? If I drop the name New York in a post, and anyone in another country is going to click it because they're like, oh, New York, the greatest city on earth, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, that's my strategy. But you're right. They're not that great.
They always think New York City, man. Every time I tell someone I'm from New York, they're like, "Oh, you're from the city." No, 6 hours the other way.
Right, Vermont. And it's New York is crazy. So like where I live in a city. It's a smaller city, but I live in a city. It's urban. You know, certain streets you couldn't, if you closed your eyes and woke up there, you would think you're in Brooklyn or something. Certain neighborhoods, but 15 minutes away, not even, there's fucking mountain that you can climb. You know what I'm saying? That you could see so far, you could see Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's urban, suburban, and rural areas very close by all over New York State.
That'd be wicked. I just couldn't deal with the cold.
Nah, the cold sucks. The cold sucks. Yeah. If I didn't have family here, I would not live here. That is my word.
For sure.
Man, it's freaking 25 degrees today here in New York and snowing again. It'll go away and then come back. I guarantee we haven't seen the sun in probably 2 months. That's ridiculous. We need to play
it's like 75, 80 degrees here.
I don't want to hear that shit, bro. I should play Junkyard Dog and then go to a new song.
Yeah, man. Whatever you want to do, bro.
I got to find it, man. That shit's buried in my radio server somewhere.
You know what's funny about that song? That's off of one of those albums that I told you never came to fruition fully. But I made the beat for that, you know, when I did the lyrics, of course, and everything else. But I like that song, but I still feel like I've improved a lot even since then. This album is crazy. I know all you guys are going to love it. Like, straight up, I know in my heart that you guys are going to dig it. It's got something.
Which one do you want me to play first, homie? Off SoundCloud.
Oh, you choose, man. You know what I'm saying? Pick something that you think sounds cool and play it.
Sounds good to me. Let's play Leap of Faith. I actually listened to this one. This is a good one. All right. We're going to play Leap of Faith. We'll be right back.
This song is dedicated to all the jumpers of 9/11. Yeah.
The storytelling track about 9/11.
Okay, in New York City, I always get up early because the streets are busy. And even if you're lucky, you'll never beat the bustle. If you're living in Manhattan, you gotta learn to hustle and catch a bus, a cab, and take the subway to get where you're going. Why you think I get up every day, 6 in the morning? In these past few months, my life has been made better. I got an office job inside the World Trade Center, and I'm making decent money for once in my whole life. My boss really likes me, everything is going right. And last night the boys went out to drink some beers, but I declined. I'm too focused on my career, and I'm thinking about my future. It's time to get started. Want to rent a penthouse and get out of this apartment, but not too much luxury. Just want to live comfortably, and maybe one day I can start up my own company. It's 2001, and now the weather's changing. I'm feeling good this month. September is my favorite. It reminds me of leaves fading into the autumn colors, like back when I still lived upstate at home with my mother. I realized I'm daydreaming when I heard the doors. I'm in the elevator, we're almost at my floor. It's the 102nd story. I say good morning to the secretary. She said there's a cup of coffee for me. It's 8 o'clock on the dot. Let's get to work. I was handling an account with a huge net worth. I was dealing with the numbers and going over digits, and before I knew it, it had been like 40 minutes. I went to get a fresh water out of the break room, and all of a sudden the building had a loud shake and a boom. It was such a big bang, like it shook the whole world. I can't even describe the massive sound that I heard. Get back on my feet and I yell, what was that? Someone said a plane hit us, we survived the impact. So I catch my breath and looked out the window. I see flames, smoke, and debris falling out below. I can't believe my eyes, but I remain calm. I heard the lady scream, they hit us with a bomb, huh? I don't know what's going on, but gathered everybody to use the fire door to try to get down to the lobby. And some people started panicking. Let me handle this. I told them work together if you want to see your families again. So we walked single file down the staircase, felt the heat rising. We really weren't prepared for this. We got down like 2 stories, smoke is getting thick. Lack of oxygen, some of us are getting sick. And I don't know what to do, I can hear other people, but the dust and the smoke is way too potent to see through. And then I had an idea, could it be so simple? I called 911, but I got the busy signal. Damn, now it's looking dismal, I'm losing hope. And the air in here is so hot that I start to choke. And I'm losing focus, even on the group I came with. All I hear is people screams and cries of pure anguish. Man, this can't be real, it has to be a nightmare. This is America, I thought no one could strike here, but I guess they did. I guess they had the power, and I won't get to live. I'll never leave the North Tower. And the building shook again, causing more fright. And just then I looked to my right and saw some sunlight. One of the windows broke out, it's letting smoke out. I crawl up to the edge and get the courage to look down. I'm only 29, I don't want to die, but I took a leap of faith and I let myself fly. Goodbye.
I just found one of the ones that's been playing on my radio for like 4 years, homie. I got to play this song.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Man, it's Halloween by Mattrix. I think you guys will enjoy this one. It's been on my radio for like 4 years.
That last song was a storytelling track about being trapped in the buildings in 9/11. You know what I'm saying?
Were you?
I go deep into it. Huh?
Were you still in New York for that?
Oh yeah. That hit close to home, man. You know, the high school I was at the time. It's funny. Actually, there was I seen a kid crying out the window, and I opened the window and I was yelling shit at him, just joking around, really. But I'm like, yo, it'll be all right. Stop crying. You know, and I'm like, fuck you. You know, just being a dick like I was at that age. And I learned out a day or two later that he lost somebody in 9/11. So, you know.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
man.
people, you know, it was crazy, son. I get into the deep in the rabbit hole with this conspiracies and shit, but for that song, it wasn't about the conspiracies or like what really happened that day or anything. It was just a story.
Don't get me started, man.
Being trapped in the buildings.
I do movie graphics and shit on After Effects. I pulled one of those videos over. I swear to fucking God, if you slow that shit down, you can see the charges going off down the side of the building.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was blown up. That fucking plane did not make that shit collapse. I don't give a fuck what the government says.
One of the most respected demolition guys in the world, controlled explosive guys in the whole world, you know, said that, you know, dude, this was controlled.
Yeah, there's no way the buildings just collapse straight down like that. I don't give a shit what they say. All right, we're going to play Mattrix. Yeah, Mattrix this Halloween.
It was a long time ago, longer now than it seems, in a place that perhaps, if you haven't, I'd say it's time you begun.
Happy Halloween! Yeah! Hey, yeah! October 31st, yeah! It feels so mysterious! Is the spirit here on earth? Yeah. There are strange forces here at work, and the children, they're putting on the masks and costumes. Hitting the outline of a witch in a broom passing the full moon. A bunch of goblins and ghouls, they're coming alive soon. Rising up from the grave for a single afternoon. Everybody roaming the streets like the Walking Dead. Had to stop to get directions from a talking head. He told me I was going the right way, gonna have a nice day. Keep on reaching for the stars, here's a Milky Way. I said thanks to like boss to eat, plus all over the beach. And then I was on my way, as I say, trick or treat. I'm right there, I'm right there. And all the mischief like Jack the Pumpkin Kick from Nightmare Before Christmas. Shit.
All right, I'm going to give you guys a sample of that. You need to go check out Mattrix on YouTube. It's Mattrix. On YouTube, SoundCloud, and Facebook. All right, let's take some more questions. But before we do, man, I got to say something to you. No more handing out candy to kids at the park.
Oh, yeah. And I was trying to give him some Mattrix stickers, man, and my mind wasn't there. And there was just a school shooting in Florida, like a couple of days before that. And I was just walking my pit bull, you know what I'm saying? And these kids were like, I was on Facebook Live, and these kids saw me, and they were like, yo, what are you doing? And I'm like, yo, I'm a rapper. I'm on Facebook Live. You want some stickers? Because I got Mattrix stickers on me always. And, you know, I didn't realize. Cop,
he says.
Yeah, they asked me to leave, man. I ended up losing a pack of cigarettes there, yo.
She was giving him shit, man, because he's what is it, a civil servant you do for work?
Yeah, I work with kids who are locked, you know, who are incarcerated or whatever. So I had my uniform on, and they so she thought I was a cop or something. You know, I was like, well, I don't work here. You want me to leave?
That was great. I was laughing when I heard that. All right, homie, I'm gonna take another question before Raz does. What does your immediate family think of the type of music you're making? Do they support you?
Oh yeah, my I was lucky enough to have both my parents, you know, in my life. And I have a brother and sister. From day one, it was kind of difficult, because I was really wicked back then. I was like straight horrorcore artist, you know what I'm saying? And even though my parents basically sat me down, and they were like, we support your dream. You know, they always taught me that, but they were like, we think you're acting out because of the music, blah, blah, blah. Because I was a bad kid. I always got in fights, always got arrested, always got involved with drugs, always got involved with more fights, you know what I'm saying? Threatening people on the internet, when I was young, I got, you know, some crazy internet terrorism charge or something because I said some wild shit to some girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, my parents thought it had to do with the music, but I really think the music was an outlet of who I was at that time. You know what I'm saying? And gradually I got, I wouldn't say less wicked, but I got more and more versatile in what I rapped about. But to answer your question, my parents supported me 100%. My brother used to rap with me. He does other things now. He owns a restaurant and shit, and which is amazing because we came from not much at all. But yeah, they support me, man. They all support me. They've all been to shows. You know, I'm not embarrassed to have my parents come to my show at all. You know what I'm saying? My second or third show, my dad got up on stage and was like, yo, 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 my son's about to rap, like corny as hell. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're cool like that.
Not too many families support their kids trying to do music these days, man. Most artists are like, no, my family thinks I'm just another rapper.
Should mine disown me.
Crazy.
Yeah. I felt a certain type of stigma from certain family members. I think more than the rap itself, it was like what I was saying, and even my political views. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep it too real for a lot of family members, and I kind of have beef with certain aunts and uncles and stuff because, you know, because I keep it too raw, too real. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's still all love at the end of the day. But I know what that's like, and my whole entire town kind of disowned me at first. At first, my whole entire town was like, nah, white rapper from up here, nah, you know, and then Juggalo, nah, you know, because, you know, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of flipped around, and I went from like the outcast to like the most popular person in the whole town, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I experienced that transformation, and I got in a lot of fights. I got jumped. I got, you know, tons and tons of fights. My whole eye socket's titanium plates under it. I got whacked with a bottle, fought off like 6 dudes because I used to scrap like that. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes didn't want me rapping or whatever. And it turned into a beef, tons of beefs. So I really fought hard, you know, to be who I am and let motherfuckers know, like, this is who I am no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had white people, you know, white friends telling me you're trying to be black. And, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I got embraced fully from like black people. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever called me a culture vulture, or like I was appropriating the culture or nothing like that. I never got no hate like that. You know, but like I said, it all turned to love real quickly. You know, after a few years, people realized, hey, this kid could actually rap. And they also realized, damn, I better not fucking try to stop him from rapping or say some disrespectful shit to him, or there's a price to pay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, homie. Don't feel bad, man. The town I was living in Tupper Lake, New York, I was a fucking straight out outcast because trying to run an online radio station that pretty much told me I'm a nobody. I mean, like, just stupid shit. They would drive by saying stupid shit to me, but I've got to interview artists I grew up listening to so they can go fuck themselves, like straight up.
Right.
Yeah. That's a fact. Same with me, like opening up. You know, I've opened up for everybody. I've opened up from everybody from Tech Nine, Bone Thugs and Harmony, ICP, Obi Trice, Twisted a bunch of times. The list goes on. And to me, it was a dream come true, especially back then because I come from the era when opening for bigger artists was just starting to become a thing. Like you used to have to prove yourself to a venue. You used to have to be able to sell 50 tickets, 100 tickets, 30 tickets, whatever it may be, venue to venue, you know what I'm saying? But you used to have to prove yourself to a venue, and then they'll let you open up for Twisted, or they'll let you open up for fucking Obi Trice or whoever it may be. Nowadays, you can just pay $500 and get them in any show. You know what I'm saying? But back then,
yeah, but my opinion on that, bro, I've done a lot of fucking covering shows when I was Juggle the News, and there's some of these acts they should not have let paid to get on that stage. I'm sorry, they should have looked at the fucking music first.
Right.
Yeah, they don't care anymore. You know, you used to need a press kit too. You used to have like a high quality photo, a high quality song, or 2 or 3 or 4, and like a piece of press, like at least one magazine or interviewer like you, somebody saying something. Like you used to have an actual press kit, and then it turned into electronic press kit, and then it turned into fucking you could just pay and buy your tickets outright so that they get their money no matter what, and then the venue and the promoter is happy. You know what I'm saying? But they used to take risks on people, you know. And I've had pay to plays contact me, like Ghostface Killer came to Poughkeepsie, which is a city near me. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, yo, you don't do this Ghostface show, you just got to pay $500 for the tickets up front. And I explained to them, no, I come from an era that's different than that. Long story short, they ended up doing it for me anyway, you know what I'm saying, without paying. But like nowadays, if they, and I'm not against paying, if I could guarantee 100 people to the show, why not pay for the tickets if I know I'm going to sell them all? But it's hard to get
the other question I had for you. What do you think about pay-ons, man? Do you think it's worth? See, my opinion, say you got someone like D12 coming in the air and they want you to pay $1,000 to open for them. My opinion, it's worth it, because you're going to gain fans you didn't have before.
Well, first off, if you think you're going to gain fans from opening for someone, you better have an album or a mixtape or posters or stickers and a website, a business card. You better have something to give the people at the show or sell to the people at the show. Because I've collectively probably performed in front of 100,000 people, maybe more, maybe double that. I've done a lot of big shows, but like we discussed earlier, I didn't have my shit in order. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a CD or a mixtape to really give them. I didn't have posters. I didn't have flyers at every show. Some of them I did. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have T-shirts. I didn't have this. But if I would have had all that for all them shows I did, I wouldn't be working a 9 to 5 right now. I'd be like Apathy or one of these cats, living off my music, you know what I'm saying? But I was ill prepared, so all those shows weren't a waste because I got the experience and I did gain some fans who found me online. Blah blah blah.
So Raz, before you, I know I'm stealing all the questions here, man. It's been 4 years since I've had him on, so
it's all good, bro.
I'm trying to get some new questions in. I didn't ask him on the last interview. I never got to ask this last time, homie. Like, what was your biggest inspiration to start making music? Did you have an event in your life that happened where you're just like, fuck it, I'm going to try to write something?
So I have a friend. He actually just got out of prison. We stopped being friends for many reasons. Not like on beef shit, but I seen he was going to prison and I was damn near going that route myself. So I had to separate myself from homie, you know what I'm saying? But he just got out of prison, and it's funny, this dude, we started freestyling together, me and him and one other cat. Remember I told you earlier there was 3 of us. One day, because we got into ICP and Twisted around the same time. And I never wanted to like be the next Twisted. I like doing some horrorcore and some wicked style raps, but I always loved regular hip hop too. I wanted to do everything. But Twisted inspired me, son. Like, to keep it real, Twisted inspired me. ICP inspired me. And of course other rappers too, like Biggie. I always loved Biggie and all them too. And Bone Thugs and Harmony was my favorite group of all time. But one day that dude that went to prison, recently. Years ago, he told me, he just looked at me. He's like, yo, like, you're mad nasty at rapping, and I'm pretty good myself. He's like, we could go out there and put it down. And I'm like, what you mean put it down? And he's like, we could be putting it down on stage, son. We could be getting girls. We could be getting fans, making music. One day, maybe the world can hear our shit. And like that, he just said that to me one day. You know what I'm saying? And that was like the big moment. I was like, yo, all right, let's give it a shot. You know what I'm saying?
Doing it for all the wrong reasons, my opinion, man. Honestly. Doing it for women and money and shit, bro. It shouldn't be about that. It should be just making music for the fans. Getting love for that.
That's a fact.
Well, that's just part of dreaming.
And it's funny because back then that was a motivating factor. I think more it was about acceptance. I think society tells you that if you can make a living off of it and have people and girls feel your shit, that it's acceptance. But overall, it's always been about self-expression. Overall, me and him was the picked on kids, you know, when we were younger. And then when we hit our teens, nobody's picked on us anymore because we started knocking people out. You know what I'm saying? So really, you know, I should have said it better, but really it's always been about self-expression and belonging.
Oh yeah. Thank you, homie. I appreciate that. I see you over on YouTube. Just because you said Twisted inspired you, I'm gonna play this for you because I haven't talked to you in 4 years, man. I've been grinding like fucking hardcore. So you'll enjoy this just because you said Twisted inspired you to start making music. Check this out.
Boy. My name is Jamie Madrock.
I'm Paul.
And we are Twisted.
That's awesome. djsnickerz.
Wow. Underground radio. What it do?
What?
Where you calling from, player?
I am calling from Kentucky.
Okay, Louisville in the house, maybe somewhere.
Live on my radio, Underground Wicked Radio.
Okay, that's fucking awesome. That's awesome. Oh man, we gotta hang up on you.
I fucking hung up on me. My shit started messing up.
That's dope, son. That's really dope. That's really dope.
Fucking mad drops, man. All right, let's take another question. We got to play some more music. Later in the interview, I'll show you the ICP. I got radio drops from both Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent J. Actually, Shaggy 2 Dope actually interviewed me about 3 years ago.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations, bro. You deserve it. I was
actually Juggle and News official radio for 4 years.
Oh shit, I didn't know that either, man.
I ended up walking away just because people like Brother Lin Chung. There's a few artists that I wanted to interview, and they're like, man, I can't be on just a Juggalo-based radio because they don't want to be classified in that category.
Right.
So
that's fair. You know what I'm saying? I used to shy away from it. I was a hardcore Juggalo. Well, I don't know if I was hardcore, but I was into it hard. You know what I'm saying? And I still am. Like I still got love for the whole culture. But you know, then as I got older, I seen the younger, dumber Juggalos coming out. You know what I'm saying? And then my music. I don't want to be known as a Juggalo rapper ever. That's a fact. Will I lie and say that I was never a Juggalo or it didn't inspire me? Hell no. That's why I said it right here in public view. You know what I'm saying? That shit inspired me, son. And my style is really nothing like Juggalo music. Overall, you know what I'm saying? I might have some Juggalo sounding songs, but I don't even really think that. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying? I see why people separate themselves from that. But at the same time, I mean, that's whack, man. If you got Juggalos that feel your shit, then you should show love to the Juggalos.
Exactly,
you know what
man.
I'm saying? Juggalos.
Well,
you know
what you saying that just made me think of a question. What kind of message are you trying to send to your fans in your music?
Oh, I got a lot of them, but overall, the message is that honestly, I want to change the fucking world, son. And my ambitions are big. And I'm trying to be quiet right now because my daughter's sleeping. I keep waking them up. I hear my girl's pissed right now.
Oh, you're good, homie.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? My message is I want to change the fucking world, son. And I really think that I need each and every one of you. You know what I'm saying? Every radio host, every fucking listener, every artist. You know what I'm saying? I think the independent music is like the last dying breed to fight tyranny, son. Like everything's corporate controlled. Everything is corporate controlled. Even small businesses are swallowed up, son, by corporations. And I think that, you know what I'm saying? I think independent music is like they can't ever stop me from doing what we're doing right here. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So my message is, I want to fight drugs. You know what I'm saying? I think drugs are fun to party with when you're younger if you're careful and shit like that. But I think I'm totally against heroin. That's one of my major messages right now. It killed my cousin. It killed probably 20 of my friends. No exaggeration. So I'm anti-heroin right now. You know what I'm saying? My message is just, you know, anti-war. You know what I'm saying? Anti-fucking brainwash. You know, I really want people to have a free mind. So overall, I think my message is to change the world in a positive way, yo. And hip hop's my vehicle to do that.
Comment over on YouTube, man. I can't really see that because the screen's small. Can you read his name, Raz? They said, man, they believe in you. You can change the world. Just, you know, you got to basically keep grinding. What is it?
Positive Vibe.
Gotcha. The chat for some reason on YouTube is really small on my end. I don't understand why. And it's funny you just brought that up because the next song we are going to play is Dear Heroin. And this is a really good song, really touching. So we're going to play this and then we'll let you tell us about this song.
Thank you, brother.
You and I. Now, the average person might not quite understand why I would want to directly address one of the world's most dangerous drugs. As if it was a sentient being, a person with intelligence, deception, and cunning, filled with hatred. That's why I write this letter directly to you, dear heroin. Yo. Now, Mr. Heroin, in disguise, you're a sly devil. You turning a human mind against itself at the highest levels. Looking getting high over survival, and I guess that's why they settle. But living on the streets with no family, as long as you're inside the blood vessels. Some say addiction is psychological, but it's not just mental. The physical dependency is colossal. It's not easy to let go. And trust me, I know, I watched my cousin go through it. She was never ever the same after the first time she used it. After she used you, I'm speaking directly to you. And you only get what you want if I decide to fully consume you. Whether with fire or water or I crush you, people abuse you. I don't know why I'm writing this. There's no one to get through to. You're just a substance whose function is human consumption. And more than the lives of mothers, wives, brothers, sons, sisters, and husbands. And even doctors and lawyers, college students, and people with nothing. You even coming for children. That's when you got my cousin.
The idea that heroin addiction is reserved for the inner city is wrong.
Heroin, getting stronger and the users getting younger.
Heroin is considered the most addictive and dangerous narcotic, named after the word heroic, because it gave users the feeling of euphoric power. Today, heroin is worse than ever. Dealers have made it stronger, cheaper, and deadly combination. With just one hit.
All right. And I've never seen another suffering like the kind you cause. It literally hurts people to quit you with the cold sweats and withdrawals. It turns to shakes and makes them sick, bones ache and skin crawls. Cause they have a relationship with the drugs, so it feels like a love loss. And an addict's heart drops if someone even mentions your name. Because they all fell in love with you the very moment you entered the vans. You gave a voice to the happiness and also sense of the pain. Don't realize it's just a reaction to receptors up in the brain. To them, it felt realer than that. No better feeling, in fact. That's why they're stealing for that. It's why they're killing for smack. These ain't just lyrics I rap. I've lost so many friends and family members to heroin and to the synthetic medicines. And so I write this letter to him. I wrote it to you. Are you or her? I guess it depends on how the deception is working for each person. It's a slow version of murder, but there's no way to prosecute you. You're the only whore to pimp the very pimps that prostitute you. I'm referring to drug dealers and all the cops that do too. And pharmaceutical companies making all the hospitals loot. Now what is rehab to the prison industrial complex? And the methadone programs, the war on drugs are calling that progress. But people are dying.
By 1980, even Tyler was heavily addicted to heroin. Did the heroin use affect your music?
Positively. We broke up because of it. He took it all away. We didn't even see it.
Several times Tyler overdosed. Even that didn't stop him from using. It happened to even Tyler. It happened to Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
But it doesn't only happen to the rich and famous.
Listen closely.
Last verse.
Let me in on your secrets. What's the source of your power? How many souls have you eaten? as you yourself are devoured. How could the vicious cycle occur by your plant being converted to powder? Why's the devil hide inside of you? I never heard of such a coward. And why does the beautiful poppy flower have to be made bitter? And you never maintain the same form, you're a shady shapeshifter. And when patients start to get better, you only make them sicker. And you continue to kill every single year, my list is getting bigger. My friend Tom, my friend Quinn, cousin Jen, my homie Matt, they were too young, they were hooked in, now they're gone, I want them back. You get heroin, now I know you heard that. You murder innocent people daily and none of them deserve that.
Heroin, the deadliest drug on the face of the planet. It starts out as pretty harmless, but ends up a poisonous liquid, just veins addicts.
It's not a party, it ends up being
But today, Americans decided to perform potent form of the drug right off the street. From coast to coast, the heroin epidemic is here, and no one is safe.
You took the cousin that I looked up to most out of everyone in my generation and my family. You took many of my childhood friends, and even one of the most talented musicians I've ever met. And it scares the fuck out of me to wonder who might be next. So D Heroin, you get this message, watch it back.
That's good shit, man. I can't wait to add that to the radio. Yeah, Dennis Ford's in chat. He said you've been on his show a couple times. It's actually been 4 years since I've interviewed Mattrix.
Oh, and the YouTube's name was Positive ID. We're always chopping the names up, getting them all messed up, so forgive us. It's live.
Yeah, it's hard to
much
read.
love, fam.
Yeah. All these
I know who,
tuning in. Hit that sub button. You never know who I'll have on the radio. Trust me.
that's a fact.
I just had
shout out
Lizard Man on last month.
Oh, that's dope. Real quick, shout out to Positive ID. I know him. That's Sean Shapiro. Shout out to him. He's an artist grinding. He's a dad. You know what I'm saying? He's a family man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Pos ID. I see you, bro.
Give me some music, man. Send me some links. We'll get you up on here for an interview. I'm down, man. I'm over right now. I'm actually over 7,000 underground rap artist interviews, and that's not including models and actors I've interviewed.
That's incredible, dude. And Snickers, yo, keep grinding, man. You know, you're a good dude. All three of you guys are good dudes. About that Dear Heroin song, though, real quick. First off, I made the beat, and you might not recognize it, but there's that infamous movie about heroin called Requiem for a Dream. Have any of you heard about that movie?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, Requiem for a Dream. It's a real famous movie, you know what I'm saying, about heroin and shit. I sampled the theme song for that movie and chopped it up real dope and made that beat myself. And what inspired it was lots of people around here and everywhere, but you know what I'm saying, that I know and love died from heroin or are still addicted to heroin. My cousin died. It pushed me over the edge, and I said, you know what I'm saying, I need to do a song about this. And I decided to do it in a letter form. So it's like Dear Heroin, like I'm speaking to the drug itself, like it was a person. Now, the interesting thing is my album, Life of Rhyme, Chapter 1, that's coming out in a few weeks, has a part 2. And the part 2 is called Love Heroin. It's actually heroin rapping back to me. So
nice.
This song is crazy, son. I'm telling you, this album is crazy, son.
Hey. Pretty cool to hear.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you take a question in a second, Raz. I know I keep saying that. Mattrix, man, why don't you do a new radio drop from Underground Wicked Radio, and I can replace this with the one you did 4 years ago. Do you remember how to?
I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow, bro. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it right here in the studio tomorrow.
Oh hell yeah, that'll be even better quality. Because the last one we did, I think, was on a phone. That had pretty shitty setup back then. All right, Raz, homie, go ahead and take a question.
All right. Hey, brother, can you tell me one habit that might ruin or stall an artist's career in making music?
Procrastination.
Mm-hmm.
Procrastination. Sometimes it's always good to be prepared and to release music when it's ready. But at the same time, actually, let me rephrase that. False promises. Procrastinating on your promises.
So because every time I was going to do an album, I announced it. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to do this album, there was a few people, I'm not going to front, that were like, oh yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? You've been said that. So if you make a promise, if you announce something, make it happen. You know what I'm saying? If you have a show, I've never had a problem with showing up to shows, but like if you're gonna do a show and you announce it, make sure you're there. Make sure you kill that shit, even if there's only 5 people. You know what I'm saying? If you say you're gonna drop a mixtape or a video or a song or whatever the fuck, an interview like this, if you say it, make sure you do it, right? Because that one fan that might end up buying your whole fucking discography and every shirt you fucking print, if you disappoint them one time, you know, nowadays there's millions of artists accessible through the internet. So if I'm not getting what I want from you as an artist, I'm going to go to the next man, because there's tons of artists out there. So you really need to fight, and your word needs to be good. Because my word is good, but I made a lot of procrastinated promises, you know, and I came through with them, but it took years and years, and I was lucky enough to still have a fan base. But I would say I have anywhere from like 1,000 to a couple of thousand fans. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? But maybe only 400 of them are going to buy the album, because the other fucking ones, you know, if they see my name pop up again, they'll be like, oh, yeah, you know, I love his shit. But my name hasn't been popped up enough. So, you know what I'm saying? You need to be consistent with whatever you say.
Right.
That's awesome, homie. Your homie over on YouTube said he even rapped to Board of Ed to save my school back in the day, and got cover of
Waterbury.
Yeah, this goddamn chat's so small. You read it, Raz, for me.
He got cover of Waterbury CT paper the next to the Husky women's win.
Ah, you're good, homie. That's some good shit right there.
For sure.
Yeah, like I said,
positive ID. Much love, man.
Positive 19781. I can see it now. I made the chat bigger. All right. I'm gonna take another question, and then I'm gonna play that radio drop for you, homie, just because it's been so long. I hate fucking playing them when I have artists on, but I haven't talked to you in 4 years, and I'm just trying to catch up on some shit with you.
That's all right.
You like Zug Island?
That's your question? Oh.
No, it's not my question. I'm just curious. Do you like Zug Island?
Oh, I did. I was around during that era when Zug Island first came out.
Okay.
I didn't buy the album. You know what I'm saying? I heard the internet wasn't as crazy back then. You still needed like an app like FrostWire to get free music.
Should I play it, Raz?
Yeah. I don't remember if I heard the whole album, but I did dig what they did. You know, they were a good band, you know, and I think Violent J did the lyrics, wrote the lyrics.
There's a reason I ask that, because I'm about to give you a good laugh, homie. Check out the radio drop I have from Zug Island. 3-hour interview with him, bro.
Damn.
Underground Wicked Radio shit from the Zug Island. Said, what the fuck is up? Everybody fill their cup. Oh shit, or don't, because it breaks shit. And also, my Snickers, I love them. I love them. Man, if I met you, bro, I'd just cuddle and hug you. I'd be like, ah, shit, oh, what's up, Snickers? I start petting you and shit. Like, I miss you. I start crying. Oh, fuck, man. Underground Wicked Radio, what the fuck's up? Everybody wake the fuck up. If you're sleeping, wake up. If you're not, oh man, go to bed. There's your drop, dude.
That whole interview, man. Why he said that, he actually had a dog named Snickers, so I cut that into the radio drop.
That was dope, yo. Sounds like a fun guy.
He is. It was a good interview, man. He had me laughing at the whole fucking thing. All right, let's take a question here, and we got to play some more music. So, homie, what? Well, you kind of already answered that because you make your own beats. Actually, I want to touch base on this because I've had 2 people out of 7,000 interviews get this question right. One of them, the very first one to get it right, was Scotty D, the owner of Fagel Lovers. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, of course.
I interviewed him. I had him on for 2 hours back in July. We talked about the Juggalo March. Let's see if you can get this right because you're a Juggalo. So
What was ICP's first rap name? And what year did they start making music?
As a group or individually?
As a group.
Yeah. Was it Inner City Posse? I'm not sure then. Yeah.
Nope.
See, I remember Basement Cuts. I remember Intelligence to Violence.
Okay, you got the album. What was their name? That's the first album they made. Right
all I remember is the JJ Brothers, maybe, or something.
There
like
you
that.
go. Holy fuck! 3 people out of 7,000 got that right.
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. I know a lot of random fucking information.
I had a guy on here bragging like, "Oh, I'm the biggest hardcore juggle out there," and as soon as I asked him that question, bro, he couldn't even fucking think of it. Had it all wrong.
Once I said the album name, and then you were like, "Oh, that was the album," it came to me.
Hell yeah! So what's up? All right, so Raz, homie, go ahead and take a question. I'm going to share this a little bit more, and we're going to play some more music.
So, homie, let's just say in making a song, how much time would you say you put into it?
Oh, it depends, but well, Snickers was about to ask me something too. Hold on. He said he was going to ask me if I make my own beats or whatever. I do make beats, but for this album I bought beats, just to clear that up.
That's what I was wondering.
So my creative process for writing, you guys still there?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Hey big man, my to answer your question, it could take me an hour. It could take me a couple hours if I keep going back to it. But the other night I had to write one of the last songs for the album. It's about my dog. It's called Loyalty. It's about my pit bull. Oh, yeah. And it took me an hour or two to write. So I'd say that's pretty normal. Sometimes it just comes to me and I'll write a whole song in 20 minutes. And I'm sure you guys have heard that. Oh, I could write a song in 5 minutes. I mean, I can write a song in 5 minutes. That's a fact. I could write bars, straight bars, I could write in 5 minutes. But if it has a concept to it and I don't want any filler in it, like an hour, 2 hours, around there.
Okay.
And that's what I like to hear, man. I don't like to hear artists try to rush a song.
Yeah. And sometimes I have to keep coming back to it. Sometimes, altogether it might be more than that. But let's be realistic, or at least for me, I don't sit in front of the computer for 2 hours any more than that collectively. Even if it takes me 5 hours to write it, you know what I'm saying? Screen time, it was probably an hour or two. But I've had songs that I stop and then come back to a few days later or a year later. Like that Dear Heroin song, I wrote that 3 years ago and I recorded it 1 year ago. And then I released it. No, I recorded it 3 years ago. No, I'm sorry. I wrote it 3 years ago, recorded it 2 years ago, and released it.
Positive's actually got a good question over on YouTube. He wants to know: do you have to know bars to be successful in hip hop?
That's in that was a question.
Yep.
Nowadays, nah. I mean, I think you can make it in your own niche anyway. Like some rappers would be just storytelling and they could still make it. You know what I'm saying? Some rappers could be, I don't know, straight it could be mumbling. Like look at the mumble rap thing going on today. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you need to know bars. Yeah, I think if you want respect from hip hop heads, you know what I'm saying, you need to be able to go bar heavy in a song. Like me, you know what I'm saying? My album, I had to go back and just throw some bars on some tracks just because I had so many concepts, so many storytelling tracks, so many songs dedicated to my daughter, my dog, my girl, blah, blah, blah. Amazing work, right? But I had to go back and do a couple bar songs. And they still have concepts to them, but, I went bar heavy on them. Yeah, so I don't think you need to know bars to be successful, but I think it helps. I think it's very helpful.
Which brings me to a question, man. What do you prefer hearing in an artist song? An artist telling lyrics or a catchy lyric, or an artist telling a story? What do you prefer to listen to?
Storytelling is where it's at, and that's my love. I'm very good at it, and I enjoy it as well. Storytelling in hip hop is amazing because, right, even
the most bar heavy rapper out there, like someone like Cassidy, right? You know, I'm not sure if y'all in mainstream shit or whatever, but Cassidy's slightly underground, but I'm into everything, right? Cassidy has some of the craziest bars out there, but he can't story tell. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it helps if you can do everything. But as far as listening as a fan, because I know some people take fan as an insult. There's a lot of rappers out there that don't like being called a fan. I'm a fucking fan, son. I love hip hop. You know, I love other artists. You know what I'm saying? And as a fan, I love storytelling. Storytelling is, you know, a good storytelling hip hop track immerses you in it, and you lose yourself in the fucking song, son. And it's like watching a movie in your fucking head with your eyes closed. It's amazing.
For sure.
Yeah, Raz, homie, go ahead and take a question. Then we're gonna play another song.
All right. How did you go about getting in contact with other artists for collabs and mastering your songs, or did you do it yourself?
Usually people hit me up for collabs. I don't want to sound any type of cocky or anything or wrong in any way, but I only reach out for a collab. Like, I'll only hit people up if I think it could benefit me in a way, or I really like the music. You know what you get what I'm saying? Like, if the dude's got a good following and I see that and I think we could vibe on a track, I'll hit him. I'll reach out. You know what I'm saying?
See, there's a mistake there. I got to say real quick. I tell every artist that's trying to get their name out there, even if this artist does not have a following, man, like, and they're really dope, you never fucking know who's going to blow up in the underground. So take that risk and do that fucking collab, man. You know what I mean? And to get your name out.
That's a fact. And I do. I probably have more collabs out than most artists. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I didn't want to misconstrue what I was saying, because I did about 14 collabs since December, and everybody who got them for me paid for them. But I got about 7 collabs I'm working on right now. And it's not that I won't do a song with someone who only has 5 fans. That's actually the opposite of my strategy. I will do a song with someone who only has 5 fans, but they got to be dope. That's the only thing. They got to be dope. If I don't think they're super dope, you know what I'm saying, then they have to, not in a fucked up way, but they have to buy me as a service. They got to pay $50. That's all I charge, $50. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hell, that's hella cheap.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'll collab with anybody, yo. But right now, I need my business plan, the way I have it set up. I need $50 from you, or, you know what I'm saying, I need to be feeling your shit heavy. You know what I'm saying? But like, on the flip side, I wouldn't do a song with someone I think is whack just because they have fans. I'm not that shallow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want, you know, if fucking Lil Yachty was like, yo, I want to sign you to my label, that's, you know, just, it's not in my blood to do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, I wouldn't sell out to make myself bigger, you know, but if I'm not feeling your shit heavy, you need to pay me the $50 fee. You know what I'm saying? It covers my time that I spend doing it. And then, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, if you're my homie too, you know what I'm saying? Like, the 7 collabs I'm doing now, most of them are people that I respect that have been doing it a while, and I know what they're doing and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
well, now that we're speaking on this, man, like I was telling you, you never know who's going to blow up in the underground. And I got an example of a radio drop pulled over. I interviewed a kid about, I want to say 3 years ago, had 45 views on his music video, maybe 20 on his songs. I'm hoping you've heard of this person. I'm going to play the radio drop for you. See if you've heard of him. I guarantee you have.
Yeah. What up? This is Token. You're listening to djsnickerz and on Underground Wicked Radio right now. You can find me everywhere at /TokenHipHop. That's Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, Snapchat. I got the meanest selfies in the game, so get at me, Token Hip Hop. Peace.
I see you shaking your head. You've heard of him.
The reason I was shaking my head because I have a funny story about Token. So Token's dope. I support him fully. Back when R.A. the Rugged Man had his contest going on, Token entered it, and so did I. Me and Token talked, and he was like, yo, your shit's fucking dope. Let's collab. And I was like, yeah, let's collab. He gave me his email address, and there comes in that procrastination piece. you know, I never got around to collabing with him. This is before I was even charging for collabs. And me and Token got this close to collabing, son, but then I never did it. And then it was only about 6 months later he blew up. And I don't want to kick myself in the balls over it because I know I'm about to blow up too in my own way. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, yo, because I told my girl when it happened, I'm like, remember that kid I told you about? He was 15 or 16 or whatever, however old we were gonna collab. She's like, yeah, what about him? I was like, he just blew up. She's like, did you do the song with him? I'm like, nah, you know, I forgot to do it. You know, so you know, you're right. And you know, and it's funny because there's this cat. I'm gonna give my man Six Wheels a shout out right now. He don't really have a huge following. He has cerebral palsy. He's in a wheelchair. He has a speech impediment. Wow. And I'm only saying this stuff openly because he embraces it. And he's a rapper, son. So when you don't know his conditions, people think he sounds whack or, you know, whatever, you know, but he's not whack at all. His lyrics are crazy. His flow is good. You know what I'm saying? But he has that sound to him. But I've been rocking with him since day one, you know, and just because I love his passion, I love what he's doing, you know what I'm saying? Everything about him is dope to me. And that's like a good example, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't judge him or care if people thought it was whack. And we used to do battles with other people, and he was in the same league as me. And one of my friends, who actually is a pretty big hip-hop producer in Colorado from out here in New York, I'm not going to say no names, but he was laughing at this kid because he's in a wheelchair, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, yo, not at his condition, but he's like, this is what hip-hop has come to. And like, I'm like, yo, people really shitting on people, right? You know what I'm saying? And I never give a fuck. If I stand behind you, I stand behind you, whether you got 5 fans or 5 fucking million fans. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And back to the heroin subject. I just remembered this, man. We just lost Little Bo Peep to that bullshit here in New York. Did you hear about heroin? That? Yeah, bro. He OD'd on heroin.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Little Bo Peep died, man.
What?
2 months ago. Yep. He OD'd on heroin.
Damn.
You know, God rest his soul, man. That's just another fucking casualty to this epidemic, yo. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get into a rant real quick. I also run a website called project-addiction.com. I run a community organization called Kingston Without Opiates. Kingston's my city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm active in trying to end the opiate epidemic, son. Like, I'm really into it. It's not just songs. You know what I'm saying? And this year I'm stepping it up. I make good money. I work for the state. You know what I'm saying, with troubled youth and everything. So like, I'm making really good money right now. You know, which is crazy to me because I have no education really. You know what I'm saying? I'm a rapper, but you know what I'm saying. My rap actually got me the job, and that's a cool story if y'all want to hear that later. But you know what I'm saying? You know, I run a hip hop program with these kids. I do this community organization, anti-heroin shit, and I make good money now, so I'm dumping money into it this year. You know, I'm really trying to make a difference, bro.
That's what's up, man. You remind me of Easy 606. Do you remember him from your first interview?
Not at all. I don't remember shit. He's out of
Kentucky. He's actually a horrorcore rapper in school to be a probation officer for the youth.
Oh wow,
it's crazy.
That's cool. And yeah, that's right up my alley. A lot of the guys I work with, when they get older, they transfer into probation. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I might do. You know, I'll have to get a degree. You know, but the state will pay for some of my degree if I decide to get one. So I'm in a pretty good position to make some moves for my future. You know, but I love my job, man. And like I said, hip hop got me the job. If y'all want to hear that story, let me know. I'll tell it.
Definitely. They over on YouTube want to hear it too. Dennis Ford, man, your name sounds really familiar.
I know, right?
Dennis Ford, shout out to Dennis Ford. He's a real genuine hip hop head and truth activist. And he has his own radio show. They used to be NW Truth Radio. I'm not sure what radio they're doing now, but they did the Friday Night Super Show. And Dennis Ford is an amazing radio host and an amazing person overall. And shout out to Dennis.
Hell yeah. I got to check some of his shows out for sure. Yeah, man, they want to hear the story about this. Go ahead and tell us. I'm curious now.
Sure. So I've been at my job for about a little under 3 years. But so before that, I worked at a sweatshop, son, a t-shirt factory for about 5 years. I was literally slaving away for barely over minimum wage. My girlfriend's aunt, shout out to my girlfriend. I've been with her for 10 years. We have an amazing daughter together.
I was just going to ask you that later, how your little one was doing.
Yeah, facts. So I released this video called This One Life. It's actually on my YouTube channel. It's got a couple thousand views, nothing crazy. Kind of an amateurish video, but anyway, so my girl's aunt heard the song, and she worked at the youth center with the youth detention center for the state, and she's like, wow, you know, this song's really inspirational and motivational for the youth. Can I show it to them? So I'm like, of course. So she shows the youth my music video in the detention center. One of the bosses ends up seeing it, and they're like, yo, why don't we have him come speak to the youth? Because I was a troubled youth. I was in and out of lockup and probation and family courts and all that shit my whole life. So, you know what I'm saying? They were like, why don't you come speak as a rapper like that you succeeded in a little bit and, you know, speak to the youth. So I was like, all right, I got my first gig speaking, doing a motivational speaking, and I was happy they were going to pay me a little bit, and I was going to go speak at the detention center. Well, that ended up falling through. So whatever it is, the government, you know how the government is, son, you know what I'm saying? It's all red tape. It's all bullshit. So anyway, my girl's aunt's like, damn, you know, you're not going to come speak, but why don't you just apply? Why don't you just apply for a job? And I was working in a sweatshop, son. You know what I'm saying? Barely making ends meet. And I'm like, I can't get no state job. I can't get no good job. Like, who the fuck am I, you know? She's like, nah, just trust me, try it. So I apply, right? Go in there for the interview. They send me home. They're like, the guy ain't here. So I go home. I'm crying, son. Grown-ass man crying. I thought my life was about to change forever, you know what I'm saying? And it fell through, right? Well, they end up calling me back, and I went in for the interview. During the interview, they're like, yo, we saw your video. Like, we really like that you have that hip-hop aspect to you, that positive aspect, blah, blah, blah. And they interviewed me, and I did good in the interview, and I got the job. You know what I'm saying? So the hip-hop, the music video that's on my YouTube channel right now, you know what I'm saying, I was going to speak at the place, but then that fell through, so they said just apply. And I got the fucking job, son, and now I actually run the hip-hop program there. I run a studio there at the facility. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am making good money to do what I love. And it's not always an easy job, you feel what I'm saying? Working with troubled youth is never easy. But you know what I'm saying? I run the hip-hop program there. I love my job. Yo, I'm really happy with it. So that's a cool story.
Now, what did you say the name of the song was?
This One Life.
Let's play that.
One life. Every moment is precious. All we get to live. It's overwhelming. Hey yo, my mom and pops taught me from day one. Follow your dreams, son. You hearing what we say, son? And good days will come. Just be yourself with the neighborhood kids when you play with them, and pray when you feeling numb. Class my hands together over these rosary beads belong to my aunt before me.
Fucking YouTube.
To hold them as close as can be. Cause this song's supposed to be caught on the wrong path. I saw my future, but that was in the past. Now I'm here at long last, and time flies. An hourglass and passing by. The fact we all exist, it still seems so wild. I get high in life, but it's in a short supply. Gotta treat my body better, cause I don't wanna die. And I've seen too many go at a young age, and now I can't help but miss all they do on every beautiful day. And sometimes I cry, cause it hurts to remember we all die one day, but I ain't feeling any better. Just be you and embrace your virtues. We can change the world if we start with me and you. You don't need to party, drink, and take drugs to be cool. Don't gotta have sex just to feel beautiful. Just be you, just be who you're meant to. It don't matter if you're popular in your school. This is one life, a one chance to be true. Search for sunlight and let it surround you. Make sure that every day be proud of who you are. It takes many mistakes, no doubt it'll get you far. And never let the lessons get away, because after all, your parents ain't there for forever. Did they mention this before? And walking in your own footsteps is hard. And to be given such an amazing life, I am truly blessed by God. And yes, I said blessed. And tough times and stress put me to the test. Without peace, the rhymes to outlet, I'd be a mess. And you couldn't guess how many times I've been under arrest. Focused my passion in mind, but it still wasn't my best. And it felt right, but for all of the wrong reasons. Like warm September skies mixed with chilly autumn breezes. As the seasons change, are we gonna remain the same? As the years go by, can we learn to live with the pain? I ain't perfect, but I tried as hard as I could, man. When I look in the mirror, I still see a good man. Just be you and embrace your virtues. We can change the world if we start with me and you. You don't need to party, drink, and take drugs to be cool. Don't gotta have sex just to feel beautiful. Just be you, just be who you're meant to. It don't matter if you're popular in your school. This is one life, a one chance to be true. Search for sunlight and let it surround you. I wish every child could be what they want to be. Use their imagination, then focus on that dream. Build their confidence and find a high self-esteem. No matter who you are, you're an amazing human being. You can do anything, yes, anything. Take my word for it, it was making music for me. Everything fell into place since my vision from that one night. We running out of time, don't forget that we have just one life. And I never forget behind the club at the one show, we opened for Bone Thugs, we were chilling with flesh and bone. The little kids approached him for a picture, he said for show. He told him to stay in school and asked him why I wasn't at home. And I realized that night as I watched him perform Crossroads, I truly understood death since I was 7 years old. There's times in your life you need a person to see to the soul, and it gives you faith there's still good people in this world. Just be you and embrace your virtues. We can change the world if we start with me and you. You don't need to party, drink, and take drugs to be cool. Don't gotta have sex just to feel beautiful. Just be you, just be who you're meant to. It don't matter if you're popular in your school. This is one life, a one chance to be true. Search for sunlight and let it surround you. Just be you.
Heck yeah, that is a damn good song.
Thank you.
I got to put that one up on the radio too, with your permission.
Yeah, anything on YouTube or SoundCloud is whatever you want to do, bro.
Fuck yeah. All right, homie, we're going to take some final questions. We're going to hop off on here. Raz, is there any other questions you want to ask before I take the finals?
Hat's got one real quick.
So growing up, was that like rapping? Was that like the dream you always wanted to chase, or was there something that you were wanting to be before you kind of fell into doing hip hop?
Actually, I didn't really have a dream before that, man. To be honest with you, you know, I loved life. You know what I'm saying? I used to like fishing and collecting pens and weird shit like that. And you know what I'm saying? But I never really, I wasn't into sports. You know, like I said, I was kind of lost. I was getting in trouble all the time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a lot of friends. I mean, I had a core group of friends, a big core group, but other than that, I was kind of, we were all kind of like outcasts, you know? So I didn't really have nothing to focus on. And then when this music shit started, yo, my whole life changed. My whole entire life changed. Like, that's a fact. Everybody I know today and chill with, and even down to my girlfriend, you know, which we had a child together. Like, we all met through the music. Everything came through the music. Everything.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
We got Montana Josh. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. Hit that sub button. You never know who I'll have on for an interview on Underground Wicked Radio. He wants to know where we're from. I'm from New York. I'm djsnickerz. Where are you from, homie? Go ahead and tell him.
Who, me?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I'm from New York, you know, Ulster County. You know what I'm saying? Kingston, Saugerties. I live in Lake Katrine, in between both right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5 minutes from the heart of Kingston and about 15 minutes from Saugerties, where I grew up. You know what I'm saying? We're about an hour north of the city, 2 hours, like an hour and a half somewhere, depending on what you take, train, bus, car.
Yeah. And my co-host, Raz, over there is from. Go ahead, Raz. Why don't you tell him?
I'm from the nice, warm, 75, 80 degree tropics of Florida.
Rub it in. Rub it in. It's still snowing here, and you guys got fucking 80-degree weather. All right,
Dude, I
homie.
run the AC all the time.
Yeah, shut up,
It's
man.
snowing like crazy out here now. The weather's
it is.
crazy here.
Man, yeah, when I came down here from Tulsa, Oklahoma, I came down here to be with my bro Raz in Vero Beach, and I had a heavy coat on leaving Tulsa. I get to Florida and I step off. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I take that coat off. I'm like, damn, should have brought some shorts.
Hell no, man.
Facts.
Being from New York and you go down, man. I actually went down to Kentucky for 4 years, bro. During the fucking summer, I hid inside on with the AC on. I can't stand that weather. Give me negative 25 and a fucking snowboard, and I'm happy. Fuck that
I always
100-degree weather.
I always say, like, I can handle Florida weather all the time.
Yeah.
But I really don't know that because I haven't lived it. I hate the winters, but now that I have a daughter, I love the winters again because she loves to play in the snow and it makes her incredibly happy. So how can I not be happy? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if I can handle 90 or even 80 or 70 all year. I mean, 70 I think anyone can handle no matter
Yeah, that
what.
would be too
You know
bad.
what I'm saying? But
That's
you know
not
what I'm
too
saying? As
bad,
far as
except
like
when you get
extreme heats, I don't
hurricanes.
know if I can handle it all year.
Hell no. All right, homie. We're gonna take some final questions. And oh, dude, we didn't even do a hot seat, bro.
Snickers.
Fuck, man. All right, I guess I got to take some hot seat questions. I didn't have these last time I interviewed you 4 years ago, but I got some messed up questions for you. So we'll take the first one here. I'm gonna give you this question first. You're going to live in an album for 5 years. Now think of this. Every character in every song is going to come to life. You're actually going to live with these characters in these songs for 5 years, man. What CD would you want to live in?
Ooh. Another artist, right?
Could be your own
actually a
album.
good one.
I mean, that'd be the first.
Well, I've already lived that. You know what I'm saying? It's called Life of Rhyme, so my album. So I've already lived that one. That's a good question, man. You know what? That Sublime album, the self-titled one. I would probably say that one, even though it's not really a concept album. But dudes was just chilling. They had riots and shit in one song. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
They were rebels. You know what I'm saying? They lived the street life a little bit, but was doing. I think I would live in the Sublime album, man. That self-titled joint.
Hell yeah, Dennis Ford. Good choice. All right. I don't know if this is appropriate, man. Is your old lady tuned in?
No. You can ask me anything, bro.
All right. Because Brother Lynch Hung and Dilemma made this song famous on my radio, bro, because their fucking response to this was just fucking epic. But I'll tell you that after. All right, homie. Have you ever ate a girl out on their period? You ever earned your red?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good. Now, would you do it again with the age that you're at now?
No.
Are you sure about that?
When I did do it, it was when OxyContin, like 80s, was kind of a new thing. And I'm not gonna say who it was, but me and this really sexy chick, we both took we split at 80 or took one each or something. So we were basically blacked out. And I'm not proud of this, you know what I'm saying? But I used to take pills a lot. I don't anymore. But
A lot of people
anyway,
did stupid shit when they were younger.
Yeah, we were in the shower, and I had her up on my shoulders, and my mouth never got dirty, you know what I'm saying? But I must have been just hitting the clit, you know what I'm saying? But I when we were done, I had blood running down my shoulders and shit.
All right, now positive.
Yeah, get on my level.
You may change your answer to this, man, because, okay, keep this in mind. If the world ever came to where we have no power, no medicine, no technology, because you never know what could happen. So I Googled this one day just because I was bored. Come to find out, when a girl's on her menstrual cycle, when she's on her rag, when the blood's coming out, there's natural antibiotics in her blood on her period. So it's 100 times more potent than eating a fucking glass of yogurt. It's good for you, man. So if you're sick and eat your girl out on the period, you're going to feel better.
Yo, that's actually good info. Yo, no, all bullshit aside, that's good information to know. Like, all bullshit aside, it really is. I mean, it's disgusting, but it's good information to know.
So I mean, if the world came to where there was no technology or medicine, man, your girl might eat her own fucking shit when she's on her period.
Let me share some knowledge on that subject. Did you know that you can boil water? Because you need to boil water to clean it if you're going to survive, right? But if you have no pots and pans, how are you going to boil water? You can make a bowl out of a log. Just carve like a bowl, carve a hole into a log and make it big enough so you could fit a couple rocks in there with the water and heat the rocks up really hot.
You put it
on a fire and then put the hot rocks in the water and end up boiling it if you keep switching the rocks out.
Now he's gonna get me started on science, bro. I'm a fucking science nerd. You know you can take pennies and make a battery?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I heard of things like that.
And I know how to turn gas into to flammable gas, or water into flammable gas. Straight water.
Yeah, I've seen some engines hooked up like that.
All you do is you take a glass of water, or a glass jar. You take stainless steel washers and you put them on a nut and bolt on each side with a teaspoon of baking soda. It doesn't have to be baking soda, but the baking soda makes it last longer. You take a car battery and you just put a positive and a negative charge on each side and run a hose out and put a lighter at the end of it. It turns into flammable gas.
That's incredible, dude.
And it works. I've tried it.
That's incredible. The big money corporations won't ever let that get out because people will be powering their own shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking right. Hey, Beastie, how's it going, homie? One more science question, man. Then we're gonna hop off here.
What's up, Beastie?
Man, I just lost my train of thought. Oh man, another thing
What up, Beastie?
I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the fucking morning and wrote this down because it just popped into my head when I dreamt this shit. You can take a giant metal fan, take 5-pound magnets, and run 3 of them along the fan, and the fan turns itself, right? You get that because the power of the magnet pushing the fan. Do you know that?
Oh no! Oh, I thought no. Yeah, I mean, in theory, I knew that. I know how magnets work.
It actually works. If you take the magnets and you turn them just right, the fan will turn. So what if you take a belt and put it on, say, a 220 motor that gives out 220 power, like a generator, and then run that into a fuse box, a couple of them, for electricity.
That's a fact. I think electricity is generated too by rotating magnets and coils and like copper coils and stuff. So I think it's right there. You know what I'm saying? If people learn how to do this shit on their own, you know what I'm saying, we would take a lot of power back away from the corporations.
I definitely got you back later. Positive. I saw you sub. Thank you. All right. Final couple questions, homie. You got any upcoming projects, shows that you want to drop?
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. We're just about done. So yes, obviously the big elephant in the room is my album, Mattrix, Life of Rhyme, Chapter 1. It's available for order March 21st, which is just a couple weeks away. So people who want digital copies, it's going to be on Spotify and iTunes and all that, but right away, it's going to be, if you want a digital copy, you're going to get it directly from me. And there's going to have some extras in there. And also hard copies will be available within a week or two after the release date. So, I'm really encouraging people to buy the album. I also have a music video or 2 dropping with it. I have an animated video for a song I have that's actually about autism. It's a really dope storytelling track. That animated video, I just got the final version back today. That's coming. Another video with me and my daughter is coming. The album's coming. And no shows right now, but if anybody wants to book me, hit me up. And I encourage everyone to go to my website. It's www.mattrixny.com. That's MATTRIXNY.com. So yeah, just the album, you know what I'm saying? A couple videos with it, and I'm gonna continue releasing shit, man.
Fuck yeah, homie. Oh, shout out to Custom Juggalo 420. Raz, man, I got to get you with you later because it wasn't him. I'll talk to you that here in a little bit. And shout out to his old lady. Thank you for tuning in. Much love. So, homie, did you enjoy your interview on Underground Wicked Radio? And would you come back?
Oh, absolutely. I was just gonna say, man, thank all three of you so much. Y'all the type of dudes I would just kick it with and chill anyway. You know what I'm saying? My
Yes, sir,
experience
bro.
has been
Hell
great. The
yeah.
questions was great. You know what I'm saying? The vibes is great. And I kind of look like big homie over there next to Raz. So that's like my twin from another dimension. You know what I'm saying?
There
So,
you go, my
you
brother.
know what I mean? It's all love with you three. Anytime y'all want to interview me or get new music or whatever, it's my pleasure. And I really appreciate y'all having me on. I really do, man.
Hell yeah, homie. Anytime you're dropping a CD, man, hit me up. I'll get some promo for you. And definitely get that radio drop over. I'm looking forward to getting new music in rotation for you.
That's a fact.
And pull
That's
the
a
old
fact.
stuff off.
I'm gonna
that-
talk to you after the show. I'm gonna talk to you after the show too, man. And tomorrow I'll get that drop for you. I'm gonna be in the studio all day anyway.
Sounds good. All right, we are hopping off here. Everyone have a good night. We will be back.
All right, you guys have a good night too. Thank you so much. Everybody check the
Much
website.
love, Phil.
Much love.
Don't hop off yet, homie, because we can stop
All right.
broadcast and still be on. I'm looking at my list because I got to get a flyer done tonight for this. I've been so backed up on shit for the radio. If it would pull up.
I hear you.
Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow night at 9:00 p.m. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, we'll be on doing an interview. So hit that sub channel. You never know who's going to be up on here. All right, DJ Snickers
real
out.
quick.
Oh,
Mattrix
shout outs.
out.
Shout outs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, shout out to everyone from my side that came into the chat and tuned in and everything. Shout out to all your people. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to my man Whiteout. Shout out to my man Weird Science. Shout out to my man Dennis Ford. You know, everybody out there hustling for me. Shout out to my homegirl Maddie Bernard. You know what I'm saying? She's about to have a baby boy. Congratulations. Shout out to my girl for putting up with my bullshit. Matter of fact, I got to get going pretty soon because she's getting pissed. But shout out to the world, man. I love y'all. We can change this fucking world, son. We could do it through fucking
Okay.
underground rap. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Hell
I hear you on that, homie. All right, everyone have a good night. DJ Snickers out.